Good evening. Thank you so much for keeping it Mwangaza TV. Welcome to a Mwangaza 4 p.m. briefs. My name is Kelvin Kariba. Embu-based matatu operators firm Neno Sacco has embarked on a training of its drivers on mental health and road safety in a bid to reduce road accidents in the public sector. The two-day training held in Embu town saw over 500 drivers trained in a joint partnership with the National Transport and Safety Authority (NTSA) and the Traffic Police Department. SACCO Chairman Joseph Nyaga said there was a direct correlation between a driver's mental well-being and road safety, with factors such as anxiety, stress and depression being linked to unsafe driving behaviors together with accidents.
Sisi kama watu wa Neno tuko na mpango dhabiti na tuko na makadilio yetu ya mwaka kufikiria ni yapi ambayo tunaweza fanya kupunguza ajali barabarani. Na ningetaka kuhakikishia hata abiria wetu ya kwamba tunafanya mipango ya kuona ya kwamba wanapewa service ambayo ni ya hali ya juu.
Mimi kama mmoja wa dereva nimejifunza mengi kuhusu road safety, vile namna nitaendesha gari barabarani, kuhudumia abiria wengine ambao wanatumia service zetu za Neno Sacco. Nimejifunza mengi kutumia hata wale wanabodaboda nao wanaendesha gari ama pikipiki kando zangu. Vile nitaishi na my colleagues, I'm very happy. Nitatumia mafunzo kuendeleza mimi kujifunza na kufunza pia wengine.
Sasa hizi unaweza ona singine mambo, tuseme example mambo na simu na vitu vingine hapo. Ndio unasoma unapata umepigwa simu, kumbe hiyo kitu ina kuaffect mentally. So zile vitu unaona ni common zinakuwa ndizo very sensitive in this life na in driving sector.
Ningependa kuomba sako zingine waige mfano wa Neno Sacco. Manake wakati unaongelesha ni madereva wanakuja kujitambua na pia wanakumbushana yale walio sahau, na kwa kufanya hivyo basi utapata kuwa ajali barabarani zitakuwa zimepungua kwa wingi.
Nakuru Senator Tabitha Karanja has termed the current situation in Kehoto Estate in Naivasha as a time bomb, as the number of families displaced by the flooding Lake Naivasha hit 5,000 with the flooded toilets, raising numbers of mosquitoes and families sleeping hungry. The senator warned of disease outbreak as the situation continued to deteriorate by the day. This came as the affected residents accused the national and county government of forgetting them as the water levels continued to rise, displacing more families. To this end, the senator promised to petition the Senate to compel the national government to intervene and resettle the affected families before the lives are lost.
Kitu si natural, ni ile encroachment imefanyika katika hii lake, na wale waigizaji wa biashara katika hapa around Nakuru, Lake Naivasha ndio wamefanya hii maneno iwe hivi. Kwa hivyo tunakuita serikali kuu ikuje investigate ile illegal trades zinafanyika katika round hii lake, kwa sababu niko na hakika hii ndio imefanya hawa watu wa Kehoto wapitie hizi mashida wanapitia.
So we are orphans. Tujaona any government fund, tujaona any support from the county government. Hatuna macho, hatuna chakula, hatuna mosquito net, hatuna kitu yoyote. Wamama wanalala njaa hapa. Kama leo tumeweza kurescue msichana amekuwa na mtoto wa 1 month kwa maji, wanalalia mitungi juu. Seriously, hii ni humanity kweli?
Katika hii ziwa ya Naivasha, jambo la kwanza kumekuwa na tofauti wakati huu. Sababu katika sehemu zingine kule kuko na mahoteli wameweka dikes. Vile vile pande ile kuna mtaro mkubwa ambao umechimbwa. Kwa hivyo hii maji imekuja sababu kuna nafasi ambaye imewekwa mchanga, ndipo maji imekuja namna hii.
Kuna watu wengi ambao wako kwa maji, hata wamama, hata watoto. Wengine tunaenda kuwatoa pale kuwapeleka hospitali. Senator, tunashukuru sana. Lakini tunaomba hivi, kaunti yetu iko na disaster kit. Hiyo disaster, kwa sababu hili jambo ni disaster. Kwa nini hatujaiona hata mtu mmoja? Akuja tuambie, kwa sababu hii ni disaster na tuko na hiyo kit. Hawa watu wasaidike. Sisi tumenunua mashamba hapa na tumejenga. Kwa kweli hatuoni mtu ambaye anakuja kutuangalia. Swali letu, kwani mnatutaka wakati mnahitaji kura? Sasa tuko na shida. Ama tukiishia hapa nani atawapigia kura?
Governors are raising the alarm over the government's e-procurement system, saying it was rushed into its failing to work seamlessly. They want that the breakdown has stalled procurement, slowing down county services, which they term a matter of life and death. The Council of Governors says that it has never received a clear response from the Treasury on how the system is supposed to function. They stress that the governors are not opposed to automation, but what they call unnecessary micromanagement and centralization.
In terms of those cooperatives, and it's predictable. So
I want to make it very clear, because there's a lot of misinformation out there, that the Council of Governors is refusing to adopt e-procurement because they are running away from accountability. Those are very lame, accusations. That is not the issue. The issue is the system is not working as envisaged. It's not working in a seamless manner. We have no problem with automation per se. What we have a problem with is rushed implementation and the system failing to work. What we have a problem with is micromanagement. What we have a problem with is centralization through the back door. This is what we have a challenge with. If this system can work, automate processes, create a better audit trail, show us a dashboard where we're able to compare things properly, and still respect Article 6.2 of the Constitution of Kenya, that national and county governments are separate and distinct but interdependent, we have no problem. And then the basic functionality, that's all, is the system working. So all these other accusations that you see on the side, oh, it's because people don't want accountability, it's because people don't want to plug papers out of the old system, those things will not help deal with the problems. We're already seeing a slowdown in the economy as a result of being unable to procure and spend.
On the matter of EGP, as I indicated earlier, it's a matter before court currently, and as such, we respect institutions as the national body for procurement and supply chain professionals in the country, and we trust that the relevant government agencies and the competent institutions that are currently handling the matter will be able to deal with it. The only thing we can be able to comment on is that we as supply chain professionals, we are committed to working with all actors so that we can be able to find solutions to the challenges the supply chain professionals themselves are facing, so that we can be able to support them, so that we can be able to train them, so that we can be able to build their competencies and capacities to be able to deliver on the obligations as is expected of them.
Teachers in Isiolo County have joined their colleagues across the country in calling for autonomy of junior secondary schools and the employment of JSS teachers currently on temporary contracts under the Teachers Service Commission on permanent and pensionable terms. Speaking at a teachers forum, they expressed concern over conflicts of interest caused by the lack of clear guidelines regarding the management of JSS teachers and resources, which are currently overseen by primary school head teachers. Teacher Sophia Mukami stated that placing JSS under the management of primary schools contradicts the professional development framework for secondary school teachers.
From the entire administration of the school to how sports and co-curricular activities are managed, this is really affecting not only the teachers but also the learners. I want to talk about the three pertinent issues which I'm going to talk today. One is managerial and administration clarity. We call for a defined, structured and administrative channel for junior school, a clear guideline on the composition of the board of management, parent association, and the roles of the principals, deputy principals, and the end of department. This will resolve the conflict of interest and delineate the responsibilities. Number 2, I want to talk about the demarcation of teaching and administrative tasks. As union, we demand a clear separation of teaching and administrative duties in the JSS. That junior school teachers are currently overburdened with clerical works, such as sending runners for PA levels, filling receipts, printing papers, monitoring the non-teaching staffs, printing and endless administrative documents. This detract our GSS teachers from their primary role of instruction and learner supervision. Number 3, the workload and performance appraisal. We ask the Teacher Service Commission to issue a clear guideline on the maximum number of lessons per week for the secondary teacher at this level, which is GSS, because the current workload, which include extensive teaching and non-teaching duties, make realistic performance appraisal impossible. How does a teacher teaching 45 lessons and is still running other school program get the same assessment target with another teacher teaching 24 lessons in this elsewhere?
And that is all for now. Thank you so much for keeping it tuned. Have a blessed evening.